Hey guys, it's Joe from Troy City Gaming here with Tim. What place did you get at the
I don't want to talk
Connecticut
about
Regional?
I don't want to talk about it.
What did you play?
44th, sadly, and I played Despia branded with the Freight for package.
All right, dude, let's get right into it.
Sounds good. Go outside for a second. Starting off with the branded package, we got our 3 Alibers, our 2 Tragedy, the 1 Comedy, the 1 ad libitum. This is it for the Despia monsters. The only thing I would change about this is I'm gonna cut the comedy most likely, and I'm gonna throw back in the drama. This is strong in theory, but most of the time it's just awkward. It's just very awkward. You don't ever want to send it off branded fusion unless you want to use Tragedy. You don't ever want to Foolish Burial it because you usually need to Foolish Burial this for the starter, so it just gets really awkward. For the last 3 monsters in the branded Despia package, we're running the 1 Aliber and the double kit. The Aliber, the double Albaz and the 1 kit. Really good. I'm running the 1 kit because I was worried about Contact C, and Sprined is a good card. Something you can send, and then you can just Albert on their turn. And then the Albaz is really good. There's so many times where just normal summoning this to a board and the super polying it away comes up, and you're just like, oh, I win. For the spell traps for this package, we're running the triple branded fusion, the triple branded opening, the double branded in red, and then the one ofs. We're running the branded lost in Despia theater. And then to round it off, I'm throwing the foolish in here because it's not really part of any other packages. All of this is really good. This card's broken. I had a lot of people not realize it's just Magical Meltdown or any of the rulings behind it. Just having your opponent not be able to respond after a fusion summon is one of the most stupid things in the game. One of my matchups, he tried to use the Dreaming Town to normal summon, and it just after on chain 2 as my fusion summon. Fusion summoned, he tried to use the Flew Wanderese monster. He couldn't because of Despia branded lost. Really stupid card. And it searches kit, which is also funny. For the Freight for package, we're running the double chain, triple patchwork, double poly. Package is really good. Didn't really have any complaints about it. It is free discard outlet later. It's makes your Chimera untargetable, just really good. For a one of monster, I'm running the 1 light. This only came up round 1, and I lost that round. I don't like this package at all. I'm probably gonna end up cutting it. Just not great. For the hand traps, we got triple Ash, triple Bell. Ash, really good. Good against branded fusion. Good against Flunder at times, as long as they're not chain blocking. And this is good against Brandon Red. The issue that this happened is, again, I played 3 rounds of Flunder. So this got chain blocked a lot. This was funny against Flunder because they tried to call by me and crow me, and both times it just got negated by this. Then to round off, we got the Boardbreakers / cards that be anti-hand traps. So we got the Super Polys, Super Cracked card, just having your opponent not be able to respond and throwing a Drago Stapelli or a Mud Dragon out is just really strong. The double cross out. This card actually didn't come up at all. I didn't see it. And I'm honestly thinking about cutting it with the hand traps and just throwing a bunch of going second board breaking cards in. Talents was amazing. My Aliber got Veilered round 6. Yeah, round 6 against Dragon Link. And I looked at his hand and I shuffled the Nash away, and I was like, oh, I win now because I had the Branded Fusion already in my hand. And then this was a last second decision. I'm at 42 cards. I was at 41 till the day before, and I threw this in for the side deck. I discovered the Thursday before that I don't have a main deck out to Mystic Mine, and it was really awkward. So I decked out to Mystic Mine and locals, and I was like, I'm just gonna throw in this in just in case I get Mystic Mined. Didn't come up, but it's still a good card, especially when you have the space. From here, I'm gonna go to the extra deck. For the extra deck, you ran the 1 Mirror Jade. Card's really stupid. I kind of want to run 2, but the 1 Mirror Jade is fine. You can shuffle it back and make other fusions and then remake it later. The double Lubellion, best card to make because you send Tragedy, you go chain 1 this, chain 2 Tragedy. Just incur a lot of advantage. Double Albion. Albion's really, really good. Searches branded spells, traps on end phase, and can set them. The 1 Sprin. Sprin's really good because I got Contact Seed round 9, and I made this, and it ended up helping me live an extra turn or 2 because I just incurred a lot of advantage off of it. They destroyed it later. I summoned Kit and went off. From here we have Titaniclad. Titaniclad's really good. You send it off Mirror Jade, you summon Albaz on their end phase. Something else I was tempted to try is the small Dogmatica package in this deck. Being the 1 Ecclesia, the 1 Fleur-de-Lis, and the 2 on Nadir Servant with the 1 Punishment. Because send this, you can just play a little bit more on their turn. That's it for the Albaz fusions. From here we have the Despia ones. We have the Masquerade and the Despia Cortes. This card, for me, comes up a lot more than you think. Because it can just turn everything to 0 as long as you're not in like a mirror match. And doing that just can facilitate OTKs. And if it leaves the field by an opponent's card effect, it summons a Aliber or a Despia monster from your deck or adds it to your hand. So it can be follow-up later. And Masquerade came up a few times because I was playing against cool people, but just kind of slow players. And one of the times it was Dragon Link player. He took a while, but burnt him for game, and this card's really good. I want to bump it to 2 when I cut the light stuff. Then I'm running the double Guardian Chimera. Some people running 1. I love 2. It doesn't seem like it comes up because, again, like Mirror Jade, it's something you can shuffle back, but it's just so good. Having 2 and be able to, on your opponent's turn, make the first one pop 1 or 2, draw 1 or 2, then do the opposite of whichever one you did for this one on your opponent's turn, on your turn. Just so good. Keeps your hands really, really good. Then for the supply targets, we had the Jagostepelia and the Mud Dragon. I didn't go into this as often. I made this myself more by shuffling fusions and darks from my graveyard with like Lubellion. This supply target came up a lot. I wanted to run the Stunning Venom, but I decided to throw in this package, which is being taken out. The Blue Eyes Tyrant and the Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. They're good in theory. This thing's just a walking tank. It just can't be targeted, can't be destroyed by card effects. And then this thing is unaffected by traps. Good in theory, but I think they're just bad in practice. This can attack everything once each at 34, which is pretty strong, but just, again, I think it's just bad in practice. Moving on to the side deck. Double Token Collector. I only played 1 round where this could have come up, being my first round, and I didn't see it, but it's still really good. It's something you have to run. Then we have the Zombie World package. Going against 3 rounds of Flunder. This card was MVP yesterday. Literally, you just put this up against Flunder and they just lose. As soon as they get 2 monsters out, you just go and they just scoop. Then we got the Double Twin. Really, really good. Saw it my round 8. I saw Double Twin and it didn't do great. It was game 2 against him, but it's still really, really good. A card that I was not as impressed by yesterday was Droplet. Not yesterday, but Droplet, good in theory, but I just didn't like it that much. I think mainly because I played against a lot of Flunder. I think against most other decks it would have been really, really good. But Flunder and Despia, this just doesn't feel that great. Then we have Triple Evenly. I only get to evenly someone once, no, twice. I only evenly 2 people, but every time I had this card, I was either in a good position with my hand because I would evenly them and then I would win, or it was just like I didn't need it because they bricked really hard. Then we have the Dimension Barrier. Hated this card yesterday. Card just didn't do anything. Only had the 1 matchup where it was like crazy, and it just felt pretty bad. The Despia matchup, it just didn't feel good. And then the Reboot. Reboot's really strong. I had the 1 slot open in my side, so I figured I'd keep it. The only time it came up was against a Dragon Link player. He went, I went first, and I opened it, and he had, oh no, sorry, not Dragon Link, Flunder, and he had even lead in his hand, and I had this, and I had a bunch of burn cards, so he just kind of lost me like 30 seconds from time. Yeah, that's the deck.
You want to talk about your rounds real quick?
Sure. So round one, I got 1-2'd. It was Despia Adventure. Not much to talk about. Game one, I went second. I OTK'd him. Game two, he made me go first, which was a little strange. I worked really hard though, and then game three was the exact same thing. Round two was against Flunder. I 2-0'd them. We had a 25-minute game one. He was getting really mad about Brandon lost because, and the card's really stupid. Even the judge that we had the same question like 3 times for, kept saying card's stupid. Not letting your opponent respond when a monster's fusion summoned is stupid. Round three was another Flunder player. I 2-1'd him. He was a really cool guy. I believe his name was Jay, and again, a really cool guy. Round four was against our boy Antonio. 2-1. Game one, I bricked. Game two, he bricked. Game three, he didn't super paw me at one point and just was a bozo and lost the game because of it. Round five was a loss. It was 1-2. Try Lyrilusk branded. Really cool guy, Marshall. He just opened better than me game three. Round six was Dragon Link, 2-1. We had a longish game one. Game two came around, it was pretty quick. He ended up beating me pretty quick. Game three came around, and we were getting close to time, and I made a Masquerade on his turn, and he just burnt himself. Round seven, at the time I was only X2, just didn't show up. I found out later, I think his friend said he was playing, at least he said it was his friend, that he was playing Despia, so it would have been a mirror match. Round eight was Flunder again. 2-1 it was our boy Thomas from Endangered. He, game one, I won. Game two, he ended up OTKing me. Game three, I got the zombie roll package and he just lost. And then round nine was my only 0-2, and it was to try DPE. Both games I beat the try part of the deck, but I lost to hand traps and DPE. Just DPE and Tri Brigade is just not a fun package to play against. Tries are just boring, and DPE is just not fun. Yeah, that's all my rounds went.
You have any shout outs, anything else you want to say?
Everyone from Troy City Gaming, Congo over there, he's doing his little dance.
What's up, buddy?
Antonio, Joe, pretty much most of my opponents. Again, Jay and Sean, the two, the Flaunderies and the Dragon Link player, they were awesome. And then, again, everyone from Endangered and Game King.
All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll be seeing you. Peace.